Alright, Cedric Masengo represents still in the same process distillation batch. We have two solvents. It will depend on you as the engineer which solvents as chemically you prefer to use. As in this process we talked about two solvents, which was the distilled water as well as alcohol. So it will be your choice to pick between ethanol or else as methanol. So now representing this part, normally this part represents the main part of the process, which is the switchboard. We can also call it the motherboard. So it's got some couple of pieces to know. Here you have the reflux ratio. Both of them, they plays a main role, whereby this one is just to adjust the timing. Remember, in that process I showed you how the ratio works. So the ratio normally it processes the timing of this equipment right here. You find that whatever we adjust that side, it will process the timing. So going back to it a little bit, you find that it's very important, and it's adjusted into range, and you can see the unit, it's specified into seconds. So it means both has to be adjusted according to the time that is given. Approximately we use 45 seconds so they can function accurately in a right manner. And as well as going down, you can see we have the potentiometer. This meter helps you to adjust the capacity of your heater. So the heater, as I showed you in the process, so is what you see here, represented by G1. Actually is the one that helps us to boil our solution so that we can have the evaporate goes up there. It's a very important process. Going back a little bit, going down, you find that this potentiometer helps you to just to maximize or else to minimize the heater actually rating time on how you want to heat your solution. In this instance, we had the maximum point on 10, so as our solution boiled, so we had to reduce it a little bit to 70, accordingly to 75. So then that's a little bit it. And here we have the lining, we have the TMELCB, which helps us to function the whole system by the electricity coverage, as well as we have the power that gives you a light that the system is functioning, as well as we have the starting button. So this is a little bit what we have in our process. And also we have what you call the hazard button in case of safety, because this one, in case there is malfunctioning, okay, and it can still be pushed to make sure that the equipment, our plant, it's well secured. So I believe that's a little bit all in this process. And as well as this equipment, as you see, it's just help us to identify the rates of the processes. So normally it's sort of a liquid coding. It has to read both sides, and from there we can actually deduct, okay, the measurements that we want to evaluate according to time of the boiling process itself. So far those little bit the specifications of the hardware, and as well as we're gonna have our products. As you can see, the liquid is a little bit dropping there little by little, and we'll evaluate it as well, scale it, otherwise do a couple of solutions and material balances, then we'll come up to the process. So as you can see, that was the second step of the process, which is very important to understand. Actually applies a main role on the whole plant process, because it's the chemical, actually the hardware side, that we need to understand. So keep in touch. Point 2 on the way. Cedric Masengo, chemical engineer.